Welcome one and all to another Minecraft tutorial. But seriously, were you expecting anything else with Minecraft tutorial being slapped all over the title? I should hope not. We're going to be building this mountain cabin today, okay? Very simple, not too complicated, and here's your materials list. Now, some of these things are optional, such as the cobblestone and snow, just for adding detail and texture. Of course, you could texture some things on your own as you go, but I just wanted to throw them in there as an option if you needed them. These are just accounting for the main structure, not for any additional details you may want to include. Oh, and this is a one-chunk build, so it will fit perfectly within a 16 by 16 area. All that being said, I think we can start building now. We're going to start off the house by just doing a basic layout. I say basic, but this layout is really not that basic. That's just because of the way I designed it. It was kind of strange, but we're going to be using stripped spruce wood and stone brick for the blocks on this layer. And then once you have the whole thing outlined, you can go ahead and fill it in the floor. Most of it is going to be with oak, and I'm using slabs just to conserve blocks. There's also a few stone brick slabs to place in there. That's just where the fireplace will go. Now we're going to add the second part to the first floor, and we're going to build all of these blocks 2 blocks high. Whenever you get to this light blue part in the front where the stone goes, you can mix in some cobblestone if you wish. You will have to just have some extra cobblestone on hand. Even though I didn't account for this cobblestone in my materials list, it is optional if you wanted to texture it a bit. As you go, feel free to do so. The walls for the first floor done, now on to the second floor. We're going to start off with just some of the walls. There is more to add, but this is just the first half of this level. So we're going to do just the spruce wood and get the flooring in place for the second story, and then work on the fireplace a bit. Once you have all of that in place, we're going to work on that exact same level and just add some extra blocks to the roof. The reason I didn't show all of these at the same time was because it would be hard to know where to place them exactly, because it's helpful to see the previous layer underneath so you know exactly where the next one needs to go. Now that we have that all nice and flat, let's add some height to it. Go ahead and place a stripped spruce log in all of these spots with the exact number shown. I will say the 3 block high one in the back middle needs to be 2 blocks above the floor, just because we need to fit a door back there, wouldn't you say? Then once you're done with that, you have most of the walls done, and we can start with the roof. On the left side of the house, using the spruce wood, make a row that is 11 blocks wide. It should be overhanging the edges of the wall by 1 block, and we're going to repeat that 2 more times so that we have 3 of them stacked up at an angle. Then the very next one will be 13 blocks wide, and then the very top one will be 15. So we're going to repeat this pattern now on the other side. 15 on the top, 13 below that, then 3 rows of 11. And all of them should be lining up perfectly with the walls we already placed. Now we just have this weird little bit of roof to finish off. So I'm just going to make a row here that connects to the middle of that other window, and then I just need to fill in these gaps basically so that the roof is lining up on all the edges. On the right side, we are bringing it all flush to that hole where the chimney goes, which will leave a 3 block gap for that chimney. Now let's go ahead and finish off that chimney. I'm going to be putting a couple stairs on the middle and on the left, and then a slab on the right, and then I'm just going to be stacking cobblestone on top. With a campfire surrounded by trapdoors, you can make this look however you want, but really I'm just trying to roughen it up and just add some different textures. So I have some walls in the corners, and then I'm also mixing in some extra cobblestone, which again is optional. In the front corner of the house, we're going to do a 3x3 slab area. This is going to be a little overhang right in front of the door. On the very front of that, we're going to do 4 trapdoors to create a little bit of a slope. Then we'll connect that to the ground with some fences on either corner, and then an additional one here on the side, and we're going to put some gates there to add a railing, and then put a couple more fences on the ends with gates that are open in between them. It's really just a bunch of details. You don't have to do it exactly like this. I just thought it looked cool. Inside the house, let's go ahead and add a door here. Make sure it's on the inside of the house, and then 1 trapdoor above that, so it's all connected. On the opposite side of that door, right where this window is, we'll just go ahead and put 3 trapdoors there just to kind of add a fake wall, if you will. And then if you're like me and you're annoyed that this door is sticking out, go ahead and add 3 more trapdoors on the left side of that door. Let's go ahead and finish off the fireplace by doing 2 stairs on the sides with a slab in the middle, then 2 more slabs on top of the stairs, and 1 more block in the middle. Should create a shape like this. Next, create a simple staircase to the second floor. It's just going to have this one little landing in the corner. It could be made out of a block or out of a slab, however you want to do it. And what else is there to say? It's a staircase with stairs underneath. On the second floor, all we need to add is a door and a simple railing using gates and fences. Now we can finish the outside of the house. Go ahead and fill in the glass here on these angles all the way to the top. And then just for aesthetics, I'm going to replace the 2 corners here with a spruce log just for the texture. Sorry if that messed up your block count before, I just realized that. Oops. And then I'm going to put open gates all across the front, again just for detail, and cover those with trapdoors. Now we're just going to go crazy with the trapdoors. Go ahead and put them on the sides of these glass blocks and then also on the ends going straight up. And then repeat that pattern on the bottom, on the edges, and on the inside, except on the inside we're going to be putting a stair at the very top, just to add some extra detail. I don't know, I guess it's okay. Oh, and you can replace that middle one with another log. I forgot that too. Now all of these windows are going to have pretty much the same pattern. We're going to fill in the inside with glass panes. On the front, 2 upside down stairs on the ends, with a trapdoor in the middle, 2 fences above that, and then trapdoors again on the sides. And we can also finish off this one with some more trapdoors on the right side, just so it's symmetrical. But this is the pattern we're going to be using on the other 2 windows like this. So do that same window pattern on the far right of the house where we have this window. We're not doing additional trapdoors on the outsides though, just the insides. But we are going to be doing trapdoors all around the house, basically every other block, just to add some texture to it. So on this corner, I'm going to add a couple more rows of trapdoors. For the back window, go ahead and repeat the same window pattern. And we are going to be doing the trapdoors on the sides for this one. And then over on the left, skip a block and have the trapdoors go all the way up. And go ahead and put some fences on the corners of this balcony for supports. Now on top of this balcony, we're going to again go crazy with trapdoors, put them on every other block just to add some texture and detail to these walls to look more like planks. Then add a bunch of fences in the middle and on the corners, and connect all of those with gates to make a railing. And then on these fences on the ends, I'm just going to hang a lantern. And I know this wall over here is pretty boring, but we're just going to continue the same thing that we did everywhere else and do trapdoors on every other row of this wall. Personally, I don't really have many blank walls as I'm building, but it's actually kind of realistic not to have a window on every single wall. So I actually like it in this case. And an extra detail that I'm going to add that's optional is some dark oak stairs for some detail on the ends of the roof. Dark oak because it blends in well with the spruce. So you could do that on both sides if you wish. And then finally, we can cover this roof in lots and lots and lots of snow, as much as you want. Again, optional, but if you are in a mountain, wouldn't you expect to see some snow on there? It's probably going to accumulate on its own anyway. Might as well make it look better. Now I suppose all there is left to do is finish decorating the house. You can do this however you want. I'm just going to do a quick time lapse of myself building something. Just the first things that pop into my head, really. It's nothing too specific. I'm such a pro at interiors, I just do whatever I see other people doing and then put it in my house, just to kind of give it some life, so it doesn't look empty. So that's what I did here. I just threw something together to make this house a little more complete. And then on the outside, you can also do the same thing, make it look a little more complete by adding some flowers, trees, paths, or whatever you need to do to make it look more homey. And then you're done with your mountain cabin, and I am done with this tutorial, and if you would like to see more, I do have a few more on my channel, and so on and so forth, and all the things I'm supposed to say at the end of a video. I hope you enjoyed this build, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye! Excuse me, sir, but you're in the middle of a construction zone and you're making it very impossible for me to finish this video, so if you could just leave quickly and quietly, I really appreciate it. And don't look at me like that, you know you do it too.